Hello everyone and welcome to the channel. Today, as you can see, we have the TVT. We have a good bit ripped off it here at the moment. In the jigs and the reels, look, I just decided we're going to change the viscous fan because it's a tractor I really don't want overheating. Especially when there's 3 mowers on it, and just not worth taking the risk. So we have our thermostats changed, we have our viscous fan off, and we're going to change all our belts now as well while we're at it. And basically we're going to put the radiator back in and all of that jazz. So I'm kind of going to go through that with you today and show you what I'm doing, and you'll be able to see it, and if I'm doing something wrong, bit of feedback, and let me know what you think. So moving away from this, we're going to go changing the viscous hub. I have a new one there now, and I must take it off the old one off of the fan. So I have that up on the bench there now, and we'll get stuck into that. Well, I've all the bolts ripped off it. I'm just screwing them out here now. This is basically holding the hub onto the fan. I have a new hub there, and I haven't checked it yet to see is it right, but I've great faith in the local dealer. They never really get anything wrong in that aspect. So we'll chance it. Funnily enough, people tell you, and people in the know-how tell you, that these things should never be left lying down. Obviously the new ones, this one doesn't really matter because we're going changing it anyway, but I don't know why. Yeah, okay, they say, I know the reason I'm behind saying leave it lying down, but obviously that has to come from somewhere, and it comes from Germany or some country like that, and wherever it comes from, obviously the courier doesn't know what it is, and the package, it can be, it's easier to transport the package lying down flat, so it doesn't make much sense in that aspect. But anyway, we're going to take it off here now, and I'll bolt on the new one and I'll show you the new one. Okay, so we have our new hub in here now, and it's fitted, and obviously I put on 2 new fan belts while I was at it, and we have our front pulley back on. Our drive shaft goes into our front pulley obviously, but the coupler needs a grub screw to go down through it, so I'm going to have to pop to town to get one of those. But other than that, we're sailing away nicely. I'll change these 2 hoses as well because they're just starting to get a bit perished, and they're going to the oil cooler for the transmission, so may as well do them while I'm this close to them. Other than that, really it's straightforward enough to put together. A whole lot of lift back on now, our radiator and our oil cooler, and yeah, just our radiator and our oil cooler, our intercooler and our air conditioning cooler are up there. They'll just come down and sit into the rest of them. So all in all, not too bad of a job in fairness. Definitely done a lot worse than it. Now as I'm going along more, I'll show you, but I also need to put a small belt onto the air conditioning pump. But like I say, not a bad job. Definitely there's other machines would be a lot harder and a lot worse to take out the radiators and all that. So we're getting there slowly but surely. So I'm going to squeeze up my 2 belts here now. I'm going to pop to town for my little grub screw to just stop the play coming out of the stop the play in the coupler. Just something here to show you, which is a bit ridiculous. Move all this spanners. And obviously you have a drive shaft here. Okay, so your radiator, there's a big plate that your radiator sits on, and it bolts down on these bolts, and you have all your pipe work and all that attached to them, right? Okay, so underneath all of that there is this drive shaft, and there is a grease nipple on that drive shaft. Now there's no fear of it because it's running in a dead straight line, but that's a ridiculous place to put a grease nipple. Even if they put it on the end cap, you'd probably get it down through there, but you've no hope of getting it from below where it is. Like there is no hole. There's a hole there, but you're not going to get the grease nipple on it. So I'd say anytime you really want to grease that shaft, you're looking at taking out the radiator and all that, which is a bit ridiculous, but however, that's the way it is. So like I say, I'm going to keep going, and I'll update you when I'm getting on a bit further. Well, as you can see, we have our drive shaft in now. I went to town and I left the light on, so my battery is flat in my light, but I should have another one there that I can use away. I'll just squeeze my grub screw on the coupler and obviously squeeze the bolts here. The easiest way to squeeze these will be with the impact gun. There, I've them squoze in already as far as I can get them, but obviously the engine's turning on me, and just to save locking the engine and all that, I will squeeze them with the impact gun, squeeze up my belts, and then we will go for 2 hoses. So that's the next part of the plan, and I suppose the next thing I'll show you really is lifting in the rad and fitting in the rad and all that kind of thing. So the rad is mounted on rubbers. I think I showed you that already, and there's 6 of them there, so it'll sit up on top of them nicely, and that will be the end of that, hopefully. So bar put on a couple of pipes after that then and fill her up with coolant. That'll be basically it. Well, as you just saw, we lifted in our radiator there, which in fairness it wasn't too bad of a job, and we have our 4 bolts that are onto our rubber mounts here. I'm just going to put a bit of grease on the heads of them, and we're getting there now, in the whole pile left and putting the rest of it back together. So all in all, they're easy enough to work on. Most parts of them are very easy to work on. Like I said earlier, you know, a lot of different yokes for taking out the radiator and all that comes with it there, and this would be a massive job. So basically all that's left to do now is I have to get 2 of those oil pipes I'm showing to you here now. I don't think they're worth putting them back in really. I went to town for them, and sure I wasn't halfway to town. As you can see there, they're cracked. Anyway, I wasn't halfway to town, and sure I copped it. With that bending them, obviously I'm not going to be able to bend ordinary oil resistant hose like that, so I'll just get the proper ones off of the dealer, I suppose. I'll probably get a second set of them there to have them on for the 1170. The 130 doesn't have a back end or a transmission oil cooler. It just has your radiator and your air conditioning condenser, I suppose it's called. So that's basically it. Bar put on now a few guards and covers and squeeze belts and double check and triple check everything. We are done with this job, and thankfully no harm, because we'll probably need this tractor for spreading slurry anyway, which will bring me to my next point. I'll probably someone mentioned it to me there in a message. They were on about slurry macerators and all that, so I'll give a run through the macerator and how it works and all that rigmarole, and show you how we set it up. So I'll show you the basic workings of the macerator really, and I'll just get her ready because there's a few pipes to stick back on, and I suppose clean it out and check all that side of it before we get going, before we add any extra hassle on ourselves. The last couple of nights there I've been setting up a thing for the phone and for the computer, which is One Click Accounts it's called, and it might be of interest to somebody. I find that so far anyway, now we only have it a few days, but so far it seems very handy that if you're out working, you just log in your work. It's all kind of pre-laid out. You don't have to really type anything. You just click on your phone. It sends it to the computer, and you have your work there. So that's very handy, and hopefully it'll work out well for us. Besides, you know, forgetting to write it down and forgetting all that side of it, which all of us do, I'm afraid. But other than that, really, I suppose the next few days now will be getting everything properly ready, get this girl out, and just, I suppose, give everything a bit of a service and a bit of a grease, and say a prayer that it all goes away smoothly. If the weather don't play ball with us, I suppose we won't be too much under pressure, but if the weather starts playing ball, we'll be all out. So that's kind of basically it for now, I would imagine. I don't have any more to tell you about this, or until I go at the other jobs, until we start talking about them. So that's it for this video. Thank you very much for watching. If you haven't already subscribed, please hit the subscribe button. Leave some feedback below in the comments. Tell me what you have at home, or what you're at the moment, or whatever. It's great to see the interaction on the channel, so much appreciated. And if you feel the need, leave a comment or something along those lines. So thank you very much, and we'll see you later.